Hey guys, how's it going? Today we'll be looking at the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. Now the Galaxy Nexus is Google's third flagship Nexus device after the Nexus 1 and the Nexus S. Now even though this device is almost 2 years old, there's a good reason to go ahead and take a look at it. The phone supports HSPA Plus and also comes in with LTE on selected networks. It weighs in at 135 grams. The processor on the phone is 1.2 GHz dual-core ARM Cortex-A9 processor with 1 GB of RAM. It comes in at 16 GB or 32 GB variants. The battery on the LTE is 1850 mAh while the HSPA Plus is 1750 mAh. The phone has Samsung's HD Super AMOLED screen. It's measured at 4.65 inches. It has 1280 by 720 pixels that come into 316 pixels per inch. On the left hand side it has the volume up and down buttons, and on the right hand side it has the power button and the dock connector. On the bottom there is the USB port and there is a 3.5mm headphone jack. In front it has a 1.3 megapixel camera that shoots 720p video at 30 frames per second. On the back it has a 5 megapixel camera with LED flash that shoots 1080p video at 24 frames per second. Videos tend to look beautiful on the 720p screen. As you can see right now, I'm playing a 1080p HD video on YouTube and everything just seems to be going very well. The colors don't seem washed out, you can't see any pixels, and it looks very crisp and very bright. Text also appears very nicely on the phone, so if you're someone who reads loads of articles or browse the web, then you would definitely enjoy this. As you can see, text is not grainy and it appears very clear. Now when the phone was initially released, it was packing Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich, but it now is running the latest and greatest Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean is the latest version of Android. It has features such as Google Now, lock screen widgets. It has a whole new camera settings plus a feature called Photosphere. There is a quick settings menu now. There have been several bug fixes, and the battery lasts 20 to 30% more than it did before. Google Now has probably been one of the most useful features of Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. What Google Now does is that it shows you a bunch of cards when you launch the app. Now those cards can vary from weather to commute times to movie shows to restaurants depending on where you are and how it gets it. You can also add a whole bunch of information such as your workplace, your home, stocks, your birthday, your favorite sports team, and much more. Now Google Now also uses your Gmail to track stuff such as if you have a new parcel or if you have a flight number or a hotel reservation. Now there are also voice functions in this, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Google, what's the weather?
It's 1 degree with light rain in Toronto.
Get directions to the nearest McDonald's. Lock screen widgets are also a feature that Google introduced in Android 4.2.1 Jelly Bean. Now what this feature is that you can basically just add widgets on your lock screen and access those widgets without unlocking your phone. Now that comes in very handy at times, but the only issue is that it's not supported by many apps due to the fact that it's still new. Basic apps are supported such as Google+, Google Now, Gmail, email, calendar, and a few apps supported, but Facebook and Twitter don't as of yet. The camera settings have been changed on the camera app. As you can see, anywhere I tap on the screen, it just brings up a circle, and on the circle there are a bunch of settings that I can tweak and adjust the camera the way I want. Now, photosphere is a new feature. What it does is that it basically takes 360-degree panorama pictures. So it brings up little circles while I'm taking the pictures. So it takes some time to get used to, but once you're used to it, you can come up with great shots. Here is one of my first photosphere picture that I had taken, and as you can see, it turned out pretty well. You have to get used to it, I think, connecting the dots and moving the way you should. It does take some practice, but in the end you can come up with really great and beautiful pictures, and it definitely is a great feature. The quick settings can be accessed from the notification bar on the top. It has some basic settings such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, airplane mode, and some more. It can also be accessed by doing a 2-finger pull down from the top. After the Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean update, there has been a significant amount of improvement in terms of battery life. It has gone up around 20 to 30%, which is pretty awesome, and for Google to be able to put that in a software update makes it even more awesome. The 5-megapixel camera on the phone tends to take some good pictures. I won't say the picture quality is great because it's a 5-megapixel camera and it doesn't seem to take very nice photos, but overall the photo quality is good. Pictures don't tend to be as bad as someone may think. They tend to be very clear and the colors show up good as well. It tries its best to capture as much detail as possible. Both indoors and outdoors it works well, but if I'm outside and the lighting is not very good, then the pictures don't turn out very well, but overall the camera is good and it takes good pictures. Now, what really separates the Samsung Galaxy Nexus from other smartphones is the fact that it's a Nexus device. So anytime there is an update, the update gets pushed in right away to the phone. Now, although it's not packing the latest and greatest hardware that phones nowadays come with, it is far ahead than those phones in terms of software. So I guess that's a big, huge plus for the Galaxy Nexus. And if you like the video, guys, do give it a thumbs up and do subscribe, as that helps me even more. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to say about the phone or about me, do leave that in the comment section below and I'll be glad to answer you.